look, you take the thing and you stab it into your vein and you press down, and that's it. That's all there is to it.
You know, I started recording, right?
Oh, you're recorded?
Yeah, we're just going for it.
All right. Wait, are you for real?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Welcome back, everybody, to Drinking with Laughter. If you're listening to us, you're listening to us on Spotify. So scroll to the top, hit that follow button. Right next to it, hit the bell. You'll get notified every time we post. If you're viewing us, click subscribe on YouTube, like, comment, and share. I'm not too sure about the bell, so I'll let Chris tell you about the bell on YouTube.
What do you mean? The bell's the notification button.
Like Spotify, I know where it is. YouTube, I don't know where the bell is. I don't know where to tell the people.
It's normally right by the subscribe button if they're on.
It's right by the subscribe button, people.
Yeah, it should be.
It should
Unless they moved it when I was not counting the 7.
I don't know what that means, but Chris.
Yes.
How's your week been, man?
Oh, it's been crazy.
Oh yeah. Well,
yeah,
dive right
doctors
into
it. And
Doctors,
treatments
okay.
and injections and crazy shit going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you said that you got these new. They're different than your normal injections. You got new ones now.
They switched me from oral because I was having very bad side effect reactions from my oral. The oral pills, so they swapped me to injections. So that's why I wasn't here last week and the week before and stuff. I've been really sick. I haven't been feeling that great.
So you're not doing pills no more?
No. I don't pop pills anymore.
You're not a pill popper. You're just a needle popper.
Yes. Needle popper. Okay. If that makes you feel better, I'm a needle popper. And
how do these needles, these new drugs, how do they make you feel when you get them?
What are you talking about? What do you mean how they make me feel? They don't make me happy.
Like when you inject
I don't
them,
inject them and go, look, I'm seeing 3 unicorns riding a rainbow right now. I'm going crazy, my guy.
I just don't. I mean, can I experiment with one and just see what it does?
No, you don't want to.
I mean, maybe.
You don't want mind meds.
But like I'm saying, when the drugs are flowing through your body, are you tired, drowsy?
I get headaches because they're immune suppressants. I'm on 2 different immune suppressants. And I get headaches, and I also will get rashes.
And what does immune mean?
Immune system.
What does an immune suppressant mean?
You know your immune system?
Right. Okay. The stuff that makes you healthy.
Yeah. It's designed, it's because my immune system is too active, and it's pretty much messing up my eyes. So the way they explained it is
healthy.
Apparently I'm too healthy, because the way they explained it is that I have a lot of white blood cells in my eye, and they're just all clumping together and swelling. And they need to suppress my immune system so that it can stop the swelling in my eye. Because all those white cells are just running over there because they're like, there's a problem, but there is no problem. And then there's just a huge traffic jam, and then...
So they're trying to get that overtime pay. But your company's not. Your company's not offering that.
We're not union. We're not union.
Yeah, yeah. So they're trying to work extra hours, and you need them not to.
Yeah. So that's pretty much why I'm on these medications, is for that. It's all for my eyes, and they're not fun. I'll tell you that. You wouldn't like them.
Not fun.
So I'm on one that I have to do in my stomach every 2 weeks. If we're gonna dive into it. That one is not really bad. The only pain I get from it is the injection spot. Sometimes it's a little sore, and then I have problems. But that one heals up pretty easily. The ones that I just switched to that are on needles and everything, the ones I just swapped to, those ones are a bitch. When I get injected, you ever hit your funny bone?
Oh yeah, and I laugh. That's how my entire
leg. That's how my entire leg feels like. My entire leg, all the way from the knee down, feels like I just hit my funny bone, and it's so weird. I don't know if it's a side effect or if it's supposed to be like that. When I first got injected, because I had to do it myself, the doctors didn't even inject me. I had to just figure it out.
Oh, you just had to do it yourself?
Yeah, literally. Like I had to buy the syringes. Addict. I had to buy the syringes. I had to look up instructions in a video and everything. I had to inject myself, and I thought something was wrong because my whole leg was tingling. I thought I had
Did you ever go to did you ever go to the street and ask people for advice on there that inject?
Then I go to the street. No.
Like the homeless people?
The homeless people? What are they going to do?
Because they inject, the heroin addicts. You ever go
Yeah,
ask
but I'm injecting in my leg. They inject in their arms.
They inject anywhere. The toe, anywhere, finger,
I don't
arm.
think so. Because you're not supposed to inject in your ligaments. You have to inject in a certain spot. That's what I was told.
Well, I watched this documentary once about an addict and how an addict will hide things about injecting. And this one guy undid his sock and he stuck it right in his toe. That way no one could see the injection mark. That's how he kept it for so long.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if you went to the expertise of the heroin addicts.
I did not.
You didn't. You did not.
I don't even know anyone. I can't just walk outside and go, hey, you shoot up?
Hey, anyone that looks like it.
Okay.
I saw a couple guys.
What looks like it? Explain. Who looks like they shoot up?
At the Rural Farms, I saw this guy, right? Or actually, no. This past weekend, I was at my brother organized a late birthday dinner for my mom. We went to this place called 1936 Bar and Grill. And in the parking garage, this guy walks out of his car and he walks in the middle of the garage, the middle of the road. And all of a sudden, there's no one around him. He doesn't even know we're behind him walking. And he just starts going.
What?
He's airboxing. He's airboxing somebody. He's taking all his anger out. And that guy,
he's fighting all the apps that are coming for him.
He was on heroin for sure.
For sure.
So, I thought maybe, that guy, if you see someone like that out in the street, you might want to ask him how he injects.
No, I don't think so.
Or where he injects.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because I don't think he's not going to tell me. I think he's going to be like, you an arc? Or two, he's just gonna start going, I don't know what you are, but you ain't real. It's one of the two options I'm gonna get. He's gonna be too high out of his mind to even know that I'm talking to him.
If you take one shot, right, and then you do the same one again, do you get a high from it?
No, it doesn't.
If you just double dose it.
I think I'll die, actually.
God, this is terrible party drugs.
These aren't even drugs. These aren't drugs for parties.
Ain't no party favors coming from Chris's house.
You better not come to my house for these drugs.
Yo,
unless
double
you want to
dose
feel
me
terrible.
up, Doc.
Double dose
me up.
I think I can inject in my ass. I don't know.
Well, this is taking a little homosexual turn.
No, like my ass cheek. I'm not saying in the asshole. I'm talking about like the meat of the ass. Because some people get EpiPens in the ass, don't they?
I think some people they do it in their thigh. I'm pretty sure they do it in their meaty thigh.
Well, I have an epi kind of pen. It's not an EpiPen, but I have a pen that I inject with too. I have a syringes and then I have pens. And I use the pen. I put the pen into my stomach. The pen's in my stomach. But oh no, I know. It's what's the sleepy drug that makes people pass out?
Oh, NyQuil.
No, not that. The injection one. The people that they use it on people that are like they need to detain in hospitals.
Morphine.
Is it morphine?
Laughing gas.
I don't know. It's something like that. They inject it in I've seen it. They inject it into people's asses.
Count back from 10.
Whatever they can get. Have you got your wisdom tooth taken out?
Actually, I was one of the very lucky statistics that never got wisdom teeth because I don't have knowledge.
I don't have wisdom teeth, I don't think. I never got mine removed, and I don't even think I have one either.
So you and I are the last dumb people on earth, probably.
Probably.
We ain't got no wisdom. Never came in.
Yeah, we got no intelligence.
No IT skills.
You have no IT skills.
Yeah, you got more. You and I together have IT skills.
No, I think it's more I have IT skills and you just watch as I bitch and complain.
Tomato, tomato.
It's
the tomato, tomato. It's the same thing, same difference. As long as we're together, we have IT skills among us.
Among Us.
Isn't that a video game?
Yes, it is. It's an old game that was very popular in like I think 2022. When was it popular?
All right, well, let's give a shout out to our sponsor. The podcast is sponsored by. Just kidding, it's not sponsored by.
Oh, I was going to say, when did you get a sponsor?
Shout out to Coors Light, Busch Light, Miller Light. If you want to sponsor the podcast, subscribe, comment. Let me know. Let me know.
You mean send me an email? No, don't do that.
Send me an email.
Subscribe and comment.
Just comment to the world so everybody else knows that that's my sponsor.
No, that's your job. That's your job, not their job. Now, why are they paying you to sponsor them if they're going to say it anyway?
So what else has been going on in your week, Chris? Is that pretty much it?
Yeah, just pretty much being sick from meds and moping around.
Sick from meds. Yeah. I bet that's tough. That's tough to deal with.
Yeah, it's just things, everybody's got to deal with their own shit.
True. Last time we spoke, you said you have a story to tell. Do you remember this story?
Yes, I do. So it is a crazy story that I saw on Instagram Reels. It's not even a story. It's science. It's science.
It's science, bitch.
Yeah, I'm at the science eye your ass in a second here. So I was just scrolling
means.
through Instagram. You know what I mean. But no, I was scrolling through Instagram. And I saw this one thing, and this guy was talking about, how gravity works. Everybody knows how gravity works, and they shows us a feather and a bowling ball drop, 3 feathers and a bowling ball. And he said, we all know what's going to happen, and then it shows them drop, and then bam, the bowling ball hit first. No surprise. Duh, it's going to hit first. That's how gravity works, right? Then he says the wackiest shit that I ever heard. He goes, what if we remove the air? I was thinking for that guy, I was about to scroll and pass it. I was like, I don't know what the hell this guy's trying to show me. I don't know what he was doing. I was about to scroll away when he said, I'm going to remove the air. I thought it was God telling me he was coming for a second coming in over here, coming out of nowhere, about to remove the air. So what they did is they created a vacuumed tube, and they sucked out all the air and then completely had no air inside of the tube. And it was no air at all, just all sucked out. Completely sealed off from anything. And then they did the experiment with both the bowling ball and the feathers, and they dropped them, and they dropped at the same speed and hit the ground at the same time, a bowling ball and the feathers. And the guy said, you see, gravity is manipulated by air resistance or the wind resistance, not by gravity is normal. Gravity works neutrally across the board.
We need to back this up. All right, so they're on top of an apartment building, right? They're on a roof.
No. Right? They're in like a cylinder, nuclear silo, let's say.
Okay, so they're standing on something that's high, right?
Yeah, they drop 2 things that are high. Yeah. And
now they put this tube.
No, they were. I don't know how to explain the tube. It was a tube.
Are they inside the tube?
No, they're not inside the tube. They were in a safe control zone. Like you think of a missile rocket tube. That's where they had it. Like a launch tube.
And the
machine
then
they closed the doors
outside just sucked all the air out.
And then they sucked out all the air, like a decontamination, but the opposite way. Instead of blowing air into you, they sucked out the air.
So they're in this device that has no air. How are they breathing?
No, they're not in the damn device. They're looking at it. They have the bowling ball and the feather in there. And then the little tube.
Well, who's holding the bowling ball and the feather and letting it go?
They got it on like a string timer, They pull like a string and it lets go or something.
Oh, so this is more like string theory.
No, it's not even close. What are you talking? This is air and gravity.
It's making my brain hurt.
The moral of the story is wind resistance is what manipulates gravity to make us think that gravity and weight changes, but the weight doesn't matter.
I need to know who's got the bowling ball and who's got the feathers.
No one's got them. That's not important to the story. That's the least important part to this story.
I'd be just the person that focuses on that.
Yeah, you focus on the.
Maybe send me the reel. Send me the reel so I can see it.
Fuck you. All right, never mind.
I got ADHD. Okay, it's visual. I gotta be visual. Visual learner.
It's just 2 feathers. It's 3 feathers on a string and a bowling ball on the string, and then they pull it and they both drop, and then they both dropped it with air, and the bowling ball dropped first and hit the ground, of course. And the
what kind of string can hold a bowling ball?
What, you ever seen string like nylon?
I have, but
have you seen nylon string?
What is that? Is that nylon the thing that glows in the dark?
I don't know what the hell that is. Is that a thing? I don't think that's a thing. I think you're thinking of a nightlight. I think
no, like you can have like certain shoestrings that glow in the dark, or certain clothes.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Clearly, we're talking about two different things.
Clearly.
Okay, so wow. So the feathers hit before the bowling ball once they suck the air out.
Yeah, and he explained that wind resistance is what causes gravity, the differentiation in gravity, not the weight of the object. The weight of the object doesn't matter. It's the wind resistance. Because the bowling ball weighed more, so it cut through the wind resistance easier because it weighed more.
So is wind different than the air?
Do you know what wind is?
Well, air is just like you go out and you don't feel it hitting you. You just can breathe it. And then wind is you can feel the air hitting you.
You just explained it to yourself. You know that, right? Re-say what you just said, and you'll understand what you just said. You just said wind blows the air into your face. So if the wind is air.
Okay, so the same can be said that the scientist says air/wind, really, is what it is.
I guess. I don't know. He was just saying that wind resistance is what differentiates how gravity works.
Mm.
It wasn't really the weight of the object, it's the wind resistance. So if you had the feathers have the same wind resistance as the bowling ball, they would drop at the same time.
Mm.
And I thought that was crazy because I was like, it doesn't make any sense to me because I always thought heavy object gonna fall first.
Right. That's what I would say.
Yeah, but apparently if you remove the air, like this crazy man thought of, they don't drop. They both drop at the same time. And I thought it was an interesting story. Maybe
this reel was satire and it was CGI effect.
It could have been. I didn't look at. I didn't fact check them. I just believed it off of the face.
And where would you go to fact check something like that?
I don't know. We could resurrect Albert Einstein and ask him. I don't know.
Okay, this is. No, I don't think that's the way to go. I mean, have you watched The Walking Dead? We don't resurrect nobody.
Where did he get buried?
That's a good question. Where did Albert Einstein get buried?
Probably the moon.
No. Siri, look up where Albert Einstein got buried.
I hope she didn't get that at all. I hope she's just sitting there confused as fuck.
Let me see.
You have a laptop you can fuck with. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. Well, I also have many screens here, but Siri didn't pick that up, so I guess we'll look that up some other time. So that's a very scientific story you got there,
yeah,
Chris.
I don't think you grasped any knowledge I just gave you. I think you were still figuring out who pulled the string.
I think I lost a couple IQ points from that story.
Well, I would give you some, but then I only have one.
Yeah, let's make sure that you keep that. So what about my week? I had a busy week with work. Work is just beating me down, man.
What do you do? Are you allowed to talk? What are you, a contractor?
Yeah, I'm a contractor for a company that does training courses for government employees.
Yeah, I still don't know what that means. It's like the most gibbly glash I've ever heard in my life.
It's like 85% at your desk computer work and 15% walking around, moving.
15%?
Yeah.
What do you do at your desk? You ever just start
emails,
watching movies?
I do so. I'll go on to YouTube, watch movies, watch podcasts, stuff like that. If I'm bored, if I got time. But lately, I haven't been able to do that.
Lately,
it's just too much.
You got a lot of work, huh? A lot of people to train.
Yeah, think of it as a college. It's a lot of curriculums. All the people on my team, we have all these curriculums like classes, and within these curriculums have.
I wouldn't want to be trained by you. Honestly, if you were my teacher, I'd just look for someone else.
We're not teachers. We do all the admin work. There's instructors that actually teach the courses. So we do all the admin. But you
write the content that he teaches, right?
No, we don't. No, we just set up the classes. We set up the people that are enrolled, send the material, stuff like that.
So you don't make the material. So you're the bitch.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
No, I get it.
A lot of admin work. But yeah, I don't think anything else will be going on in my week. I mean, I'm picking up my niece this weekend. and she wants to do Fright Fest at Six Flags.
How far is Six
So that'd be
Flags?
cool. Six Flags is about a 50-minute drive from my house.
Wow, that's
in
like
Bowie.
20 minutes, huh?
Not really. But she
Are you
also has.
sure? I think the math is there.
Yeah, I mean, if you drive fast enough, I guess.
I'm gonna get a calculator and look that up now.
I don't think the calculator is going to tell you that, but she also expressed interest in being on the podcast, so we're going to try to record an episode this weekend, see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much all my week has entailed.
What happened?
All right, let's move to the drink of the day, folks. Drink of the day. It is a 9 of Hearts card. Have you ever lived on St. Thomas, Chris?
What? What's St. Thomas?
St. Thomas, isn't it like an island or something?
I would never guess that. I thought it was a street in Detroit. I'm not gonna lie.
All right. Well, this is called the St. Thomas lemonade. It contains 2 ounces of whiskey, a splash of sour mix, dash of grenadine and soda, shake over ice, pour in Collins glass, top with soda, garnish with a lemon wedge.
Did I ask you last time what a grenadine is?
Oh, we're going to get into that because
you figured it out?
I figured it out, Chris. That's the drink of the day, folks. Shout out to my sister, Jamie. James explained what grenadine is. Yeah, she texted me after our episode and she was like, grenadine. And she explained her and her friends. Yeah, it's called grenadine, not grenadine.
I didn't say grenadine. I said grenadier. Deer.
Grenadier. It's
like
not
a
that.
deer, you know, the little fluffy things that go.
Oh, like Bambi.
Yeah, isn't that what he does?
Have you ever had deer meat?
No, I haven't. I heard it's very gamey, and I'm not interested in deer meat. I don't like gamey and chewy, and I don't know.
Chewy. All right, so she explained that her and her friends would put grenadine in their drinks, and she said that grenadine is
a potato.
I forgot what she said, but I know she texted.
Oh, great! I still don't know what a grenadine is.
Next episode, I'll make sure I write it down so that we can talk about it. But
I'm glad
I know she texted me. She explained it.
Yeah, I thought you were building up suspense for a minute because you were just sitting there like just holding it in, and I'm like, all right,
I had it.
It's gonna be a big reveal,
and then it's gone.
Yeah,
so I apologize, Jamie. But we will get into it next time.
Yeah, we'll shout you out next time.
We'll shout you out next time, James.
This shout out doesn't count because we don't remember.
We don't remember. Yeah, we'll take this one back. We're taking this one back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh. All right. That leads us to the quote of the day.
Oh, quote of the day.
As we discussed last episode, folks, I found this old high school journal, and I wrote a shit ton of quotes.
No, smack it on your head. You can prove it's real.
How did that prove it was real?
I don't know, but you did it without hesitation.
All right. The quote of the day is, sometimes the questions are complicated and the answers are simple. Dr. Seuss.
Hold on, you're gonna have to read that again because I didn't understand.
Yeah, we'll have to read this. Okay, what does this mean? Okay, questions are complicated and the answers are simple.
That was complicated.
What does Dr. Seuss mean? Okay, so we take a question and it's a complicated question, but the answer to that question is simple.
No.
So what does this quote mean? Let's think.
No, that is not true. Here. Sometimes the answer can be complicated. That's a lying motherfucker. I'll tell you that.
Well, no, because he said the word sometimes. Sometimes the questions are complicated and the answers are simple. I like that quote, but I struggle to know what it. I mean, I know what it means. I just don't know if I know how to explain how it means.
I have no idea what it means. I would never use that quote in my entire life. If you told me that quote, I would immediately just forget it and not care.
Apparently, back in high school, I knew what it meant, but now I don't.
Apparently.
Sometimes the questions are complicated. Well, what's an example of this? And the answer is simple.
Like if a tree falls in the woods, will anybody hear it? Oh,
and
wait,
then
no,
the
I didn't say that,
answer is
right? I didn't say that right. No one's gotta be there first. I mean, I guess if you were right next to the tree when it fell, you'd hear it.
I feel like though it's deeper. It's a deeper meaning.
Or it's
like,
just very basic. Like sometimes you're trying to figure out what car you want to drive, but you don't even have a car to drive. So the answer is none.
There it is, folks. He said it. I don't think Chris could have said it any other way, but he Christified it up.
Did it make sense
for us?
Does it work? Does that work? Is that?
Well, you Christified it, so.
It's like putting butter in a pan and putting it on your head like a hat. You know what I mean?
I don't. All right.
Okay.
So we're going to get into love, Chris. We're going to talk about love.
Okay.
It's a big topic. It's a heavy topic.
Oh, in general.
Not necessarily recently, just in general. And I don't know. I was just thinking about the other day is like, what do you think? Like, what's it like one of...
I don't know, but I got
your
like a thing that I keep up in that heaven.
What's one of your most embarrassing moments with the ladies?
Right there was an embarrassing moment because I couldn't
But
speak
I'm not
for
a
a
lady,
minute.
so.
I know. You're just some dude drinking water. Is that water or vodka?
No, that's vodka.
Oh, okay. Well.
This is Drinking with Laughter. What are you drinking?
What am I drinking? Water. What do I look like? I can't drink, remember?
So Chris is going virgin, and I'm going whatever the opposite of virgin is. Slut?
No, well, I guess I don't know. I was going to say hooker, but I don't think that's correct either.
All right, embarrassing moments with the ladies. What do you got?
Oh, when I was, I think it was, I can't remember what grade it was. It was very low grade. It was like, when it was right between, it was in middle schoolish area. I think it was like 6th grade maybe.
Okay, 6th grade.
And I'm always socially awkward. I'm terrible at talking to people. I'm terrible at making friends. And there was this one girl in class that I liked, and I didn't know how to tell her I liked her. So I wrote a little note and put it on her desk. And then I went and sit down and was waiting for her to read it. And then someone tapped me on the shoulder and she said something to me. Until this day, I have no idea what she said.
No, what? You don't know what
she
talked
to me, and I looked at her. I couldn't see her either because I'm blind as a bitch. And I looked right at her, and she was just talking. Her mouth was moving. She was going. Didn't hear a goddamn word she said.
And
then I just nodded my head. No, I nodded my head and then looked back forward. And it was because I didn't know what to do. I didn't hear her. And, I would have made sense to be like, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Could you repeat that? Or got up and like got closer. But I was just like nervous and didn't know what to do. So I just went.
She probably said, after this class, meet me by this locker area and we'll talk about dating.
Well, that bitch got fucking stood up.
And she got stood up. Oh, God. Chris.
I don't know. It feels embarrassing looking back on it because like all I had to do was like I didn't hear you, but I was just looked the other way, nodding my head.
That's embarrassing. I think for me, when we became friends, remember that girl I liked in gym class?
Her name. What was it? Crab leg. What was her name?
Well, let's not talk last names. We don't want to put anybody on blast.
I didn't say first name. There could be 17 crab legs in the United States. You never know. I don't even think that's the right name either. So
I liked her, right? And we did this thing in gym. It was, what was it? Walking for Wellness, I think was our class. I don't know. But we all walked around the gym, right? The whole class.
Did we?
And you and I were walking, and like she was ahead with her friends. Yeah, you were. Because you gave me the whole pep talk. Remember to talk to her. Yeah, okay. So then her friends are kind of going ahead, but she's kind of slowing down, and because we're coming up to pass them, and she's doing it on purpose so that I finally talk to her, because we've just been doing that eye thing, from across the gym.
I don't remember this at all.
Yeah. Well, okay, I'm gonna tell you.
This is incorrect recollection because what I remember. No, you tell your story, and then I'll tell you what I remember.
Well, Well, it was drawn out amongst multiple days, so you might remember one day, and then this is another day where I actually went up and talked to her. I only talked to her once.
No. Well, I remember the day you talked to her because I remember what happened.
Okay. Well, anyway, so she's slowing down, and I'm walking ahead of you, and you're staying back. You let me do my thing. And I walk up to her, and now we're walking in sync. I go, "Hey, how are you?" She goes, "Good." I go, "What's your name?" And she says her name. I go, "I'm Kevin. Nice to meet you." And she goes, "Nice to meet you." I say, "Well, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day." She says, "Thank you." And then I just walk back to you, and I never talked to her again. And that was that.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing because I never talked to her again.
I thought you guys started talking. That was it?
No, that was it.
Oh,
I mean, there was a couple pokes. There was a couple pokes on Facebook, but that was about it.
What that does anything.
And
I don't even know what that shit was about. All right,
but
now
let
me tell you my recollection of the story. What I remember
let me hear.
is when I was telling you, I was like, "Hey, get up there," and I pushed you, and then you were walking up there all sloggy and stuff, like an old man with a cane. And then you didn't know what you were doing, you just figured out that you had 2 feet, you're just walking around. And then Godzilla came in and started fist fighting you, but I had to step in and beat his ass so you could go talk to her. I remember that. I remember this now. I was beating Godzilla's ass so you could talk to her. No, it did. You weren't there. And then you talked to her. And then I thought you guys started dating after that, but apparently I was incorrect on that information, so that's going to be
No, we've never dated.
But I did beat Godzilla's ass. I do remember that.
I remember us on the bleachers, and you gave me that little
beating
pep
Godzilla's
talk.
Ass.
And you were like, you ended it with like, okay? Like a high pitch okay? You're like, okay.
I remember that. I was talking to you very seriously and demanding, and you were looking at me like concerned, and I thought I was scaring you, so I didn't know what to do, so I just went... I didn't know what to do. You looked at me like traumatized, like I just killed your family in front of you. I was like, I'm just talking to you. I'm just trying to help you out. I don't know. Godzilla's over here. Got to take his ass out real quick. Come on, get in there.
Oh, gosh.
That's what I remember, though.
Yeah, I look back on that moment and I just cringe. Because that was the only sentences I said to her.
There's a lot of embarrassing things that I've done, I think. It's probably not really that embarrassing, but it feels awkward to me or nervousing.
Yeah.
I think more awkward and anxiety producing. Like movies.
Right, so like how do you think someone properly flirts?
I don't think there is a proper way to flirt because everyone has different tastes. So you can't just like have a clear science of like flirting. Like you can't just have like this clear method. I mean, the only way I would say is the clear method is like you just being yourself, and if they like who you are, then you'll hit it off. But you can't just be like, I don't know, flirting and just saying just weird things, trying to like, because have you ever seen those weird shows where they're like, let me tell you how to flirt? It's like YouTube videos or like, I'll show you how to flirt. I get all these bitches
step by step. Step 1.
I seen it.
2,
I was watching
step 3.
I don't know if they go like steps, but I was watching Moist
Step
Critical's
4.
channel. I was watching him, and he was talking about how these videos are like really creepy. These are like the most creepiest people. Don't follow their advice. They're really creepy. And they were creepy because one guy, this is his advice on flirting. He said, "Oh, you have blue eyes. They're like little blueberries. You think I can just snatch them out of your face and just eat them?" That was his flirting method. That's what he said to do. He said he just wants to take him. This is what he said. He wanted to take a bite of your eyes. That's what he said. Can I make him in a blueberry pie? And then he was like, "Oh, but I don't want to put him in a blueberry pie because then you can't see me or whatever." It was so that's like, don't do that.
He wanted them damn meatballs.
I think he was a cannibal. That's what I think he was. That was a cannibal trying to act like a normal person. Because he also got into a thing and saying just role play with her sometimes. Like go up into a bar to a girl you never met before and then just start saying this. Start going, "Oh, you took the kids in the divorce. You're taking the dog, but I can't believe you took the dog. You don't think we can work this out?" And mind you, he's going up to a person he's never met before and saying, "Do this. Role play a divorce." What? Nothing gets me turned on than a divorce. I'll tell you what.
Than a divorce. That's
two things gonna take my house: a tornado and the wife.
And the wife. Yeah, so I think that's a good definition in the beginning. What you said about flirt, you just gotta be yourself. If they like it, they like you. You know,
Yeah, I mean, it's just
good
I
definition.
feel that's the basic way of be flirting. Just don't like be weird about it. Don't go up and be like that guy that's like being awkward. If they're giving you a cue, like okay, and they don't seem too interested, just go away. All right, well, thank you or whatever, and just leave. Just say so.
Yeah,
Thanks for your time or whatever. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and just move on. Don't keep getting weird and keep trying to get on top of it and just start digging yourself into this hole, because that's another
exactly.
thing that was shown, that these pickup artists were trying this on this one girl that they picked up to like prove that their method is what is the correct method, but
Right.
it ain't. And the woman was especially saying it like she was like, yeah, this isn't working, it's not great, and then they just kept piling it on and on and on, and you could just see the clear discomfort in her face being in front of this group of men trying to practice picking up girls. Well, they weren't trying to. Well, the rest of the group was watching a master because they paid this man money to teach him how to pick up girls, and it's just a group of men watching this guy fail pretty much at picking up this girl, and they're all like, "Oh, write that down, write that down. Oh, did you see how she threw up in the middle of the conversation? Whoa."
They're analyzing it.
Yeah, they're writing it down like Patrick.
And I kind of think that, like, it, as the times change and generations change, like, is technology making it harder to flirt or to make connections? I feel like it is.
Well, I think technology is distancing us, obviously, because I rely on technology
Yeah.
all the time, and I use it to get away from people.
So you can speak to it.
Yeah, I literally put my phone on do not disturb so people don't bother me.
Right. And I think it's just so hard to make a connection. And my example is I've done this twice now. Sometimes I will go over to the Arundel Mills Mall and they have a bookstore in there. And everybody knows you go to the bookstore to get some hot biddies, some hot bitches.
No, I don't think I read that part
You
of Dr.
want
Seuss.
you want someone that's intellectual. Right? So I've gone to this bookstore twice now to try to practice flirting. Practice just talking to a female, because I feel like I've been so consumed by technology that I don't even know how to talk to someone of the opposite sex. And so I'll go in there, right? And it's not like an old, like back in the day how bookstores used to be. No, it's got rows of books, and then it's got this little area.
What are you talking about? What bookstores are you talking about that are old days? I thought they always had rows.
No, you cut me off. I'm trying to explain it. All right. So back in the old days, it was just rows of books, and that was it. But nowadays, this bookstore in Arundel Mills, it's got, the aisles that have books, and then it's got this little area where you plug in and you got your Kindle and you can charge up and you can read books online. And I go in there and not one person has a book in their hand. Everyone's got a device. Can't talk to nobody. Can't talk to nobody.
Well, obviously, everyone's on their phones. Everyone's looking on that. I mean, right. I'm on my phone all the time. I'm in the waiting room in the doctors. I'm on my phone. Yeah. I use it. And I was on my phone when we went out to my dad's dinner. I was playing a game on my phone. And my dad's
But we were talking.
Dinner.
We were talking though.
We were talking a bit, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it is a bookstore, people. Not one person's in the aisle. We're all over here in this little cafe area.
That's what they should. They should have just went to a cafe. I think that's probably where people go to get coffee, get some food, and then just emails maybe and read stuff. I don't know. Because when I think of a coffee, when I think of a cafe, I think of writers and then people just like on their laptops, just like chilling. When I think of a cafe.
A cafe, yeah. Authors, yeah.
Yeah, because authors go to a cafe a lot. That's why I don't know if it's just a cliche, but I think authors go to a cafe times.
So I mean, sometimes I'll get a drink at Starbucks and I'll just bring my journal and I'll write some content for episodes.
I can't have coffee. It makes me shit.
I hate coffee. I don't get coffee.
I can't have it either because I'm not supposed to have caffeine when I'm with the meds I'm on, but sometimes Don't tell my meds this, but sometimes I do get some coffee.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't have coffee because I don't like the taste.
You know, well, I get like a frappe. What you know? Well, I guess you don't like the. You get them. You get it black, or do you get it sweetened?
I've tried them all. I've tried them white, black, green.
Green tea?
You know.
You have had green tea?
I mean, I love tea. I love hot tea. Yeah.
Get green tea. Get green tea. It's a good substitute for coffee.
Yeah, I do. That's what I do. I get tea. But I get green tea. But iced coffee, hot coffee, warm coffee, day old coffee, brand new coffee. I don't like any of it. Dunkin',
Piss
Starbucks.
Poor coffee.
Piss poor. You go to sometimes I pop in an AA meeting just to drink their coffee. Their coffee is terrible.
But no, I don't. I think you should go to the AA meeting instead of the coffee.
So
every time I'm with you, there's a drink in your game. Well, there's a drink in your game. There's a drink in your.
There's a drink in your game. So I remember back when I was in high school, right? And I got into a relationship. Did you notice anything like any behavioral change with me?
Yeah.
Or like and I've gotten some mixed reviews from other friends that say that I distant myself from my friends when I'm in a relationship.
You do. You wait. So I think it's like a thing where everyone is. You know how people say there's stages in a relationship. There's the honeymoon phase, and then the whatever, the bumps and stuff like that. When you were with, that one person when we were in science class together, chemistry class, I think, or something.
Yeah.
We had together. You're with that person, and we had the same class. You would really just like cuddle up to them and kind of focus most of your attention on them. And I don't know if it's because they wanted all your attention or if it was just that was the way you were, dividing your attention. But like when we were trying to talk and joke around, like me and Josh were trying to joke around with you, you were more focused with your girlfriend than joking with the group. Which, like, I mean, I wasn't like, oh my God, he's still talking to his girlfriend. I didn't really mind it. I was like, you're with your girlfriend, you're having time. But like, if behavioral changes you want to speak about, from when you weren't dating and you guys were just friends, we would all joke around in group to, have fun together. But then you two would just like murmur and whisper to each other while we're all talking. And then just kind of like have your own conversation in the middle of the group talk and shit. Yeah. Which, it didn't bother me though. It's just, I don't know. That's the only behavioral change I would say.
And that's the kind of
you guys like cling to each other, I guess would be.
Right. And that's the kind of answers I've gotten for a lot of different people that have said, said that about, I kind of distant to my friends. And I want to take this time to extend my apologies to you, Chris, and say that I'm sorry.
Fuck you. All right. I don't want it.
No, but, I don't want to be like that when I'm in a relationship. That's something I work on.
That's why they say love is blind. You don't know that you're like that. Love is blind. Well, I guess the love is blind isn't a thing. Well, I don't know. I guess it could work there. I think love is blind is when like the person is like being a complete asshole, and you're like, no, they love me. That's what I think of. But I don't know. I don't think you notice your change. I don't think you notice that problem. Oh, when you were in the current relationships, I guess you were some distance because we were pretty distant the past few years. I would say we didn't talk much.
Yeah,
I don't think we hung out for a few years.
I can see that.
The last time we hung out, I remember, was when we went to Las Vegas together, and that was that was literally after your breakup.
No, we hung out this past months.
No, I'm talking before we hung out these past months. I can't remember a time before that. The last Las Vegas was the last time I thought we hung out together.
Well, no, because I remember being in my last relationship, going to Taco Bell with you in the middle of the night, and she was at my house, and I said that I was going out to get something to eat with you.
I must have been dead because
that
I
was
don't remember that.
That was after Vegas.
I must have been knocked out with a horse train because I don't remember this at all. Was I there?
You were there.
I was. Okay. Well, I don't remember.
We took it back to your house.
You went with me there?
Yeah, with you there.
To my house.
With Taco Bell, yeah.
Nah.
But that's the importance of having friends. You come together and you have, hey, they call you out for your shit, and that way you can work on it when you're in these relationships. Yeah, interventions. Yeah, if you will. Yeah.
No, you don't need an intervention.
So with like dating and technology, I mean, I feel like maybe we're just becoming too advanced for technology. Like, how many Terminator movies do we have to watch to know how the shit ends? Like, where do we crawl? This is the line. We need to not cross it.
I burped again. Are you talking about like AIs taking over?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, with dating technology and social technology and work technology. I mean, we got technology in every field for everything, and
right
mechanical
now, technology is very manual. Like we have control over it. If you want to place AI into it, like how we're starting to go into, I think we're getting into the AI. If you want to call it like a movement, like AI is really popular right now. Have you seen? You got AI generated artwork, AI generated stories. There's ChatGPT, which is an AI that will answer any question you have. Doesn't matter what your question is. I know, because I asked it the most ridiculous questions and it still answered it. Like, I asked it, how many raccoons would it take to build a house if the house was upside down and they only had pancakes? And it answered.
No shit.
Well, normally I would think that AI would be like, well, that doesn't make any fucking sense and has no reason.
That's crazy.
But it gave me an answer. It said this. It first off, it said this would not happen. This is highly illogical. But if it were to happen, this is what would happen.
Wow.
And it gave me like a full response. But I think I think technology right now. I like technology advancements. I do like technology, and I think I like it more because my disability of it, and technology could be used as an aid. That's why I think technology advancement is great.
So yeah, it's excel in the disability field is a great positive.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
That's where I have it. But like, I think we should, instead of trying to, because in the Terminator movies and everything like that, they show AIs as the bad guy because the AI is always trying to be controlled, right? Like, we're always trying to control AI. We're always trying to tell it what to do. And then the AI becomes sentient and then wants to kill us all.
They think they know better.
Yeah, what if, instead of making it think that we're the masters, what if we make it like a cohabitative relationship? You know what I mean? Like, we both need each other to survive. Like how,
interesting. So,
like an ecosystem, like bring them into like an ecosystem. You know what I mean? Like how,
like the animal kingdom.
Yes.
How we live with dogs.
I was gonna say how we need plants. We need like plants because plants will, what is it? Our dead bodies give birth to plants. Like, they feed the plants feed the animals, and we eat the animals. It's like a circle. We need all of it. Something like that.
Right.
Throw the AI into that, and then you create a relationship with the AI, I would say, that would, I think, stabilize. I don't think they would go crazy. I don't know.
I think the most important thing is to have a shut-off button. Unplug.
Yeah, but what if they remove the shut-off button?
See, that's where we need to draw the line.
Where they can they can remove a shut-off button?
Yeah, we need to only have access to the, shut down button.
Yeah, but if we have only access to the shutdown button, what happens if they get access to the shutdown button?
Well, we need to develop a system that prevents them from accessing the shutdown button.
But I'm talking about, like, what if an AI tries to coax a human being into going like, hey, you help me out by removing this failsafe, I'll help you out, because, people are dumb. Somebody's going to fall for it. Someone's going to be like, oh, biscuits. I want a biscuit. And then they go and
especially if money's involved.
Yeah, money. I would say that's more in greed. It's people. It's how we are. That's our flaws. People have flaws, and an AI might try to exploit. Try to exploit that flaw to get what it wants. You never know. That's why I think
it's true.
If you, I don't think give it free access and like just let it go rampant, but like try to not limit it and control it, but. I guess limited, yeah. Just try not to control it. Try to make it work together with you.
Make it work. Yeah. Cohesiveness.
Yeah, coexistence is what I think would be a good way. But we always see the movies talking about how the AI is to help and to like serve us. Like iRobot.
Right.
All the robots serve them, and then the robot that core. What was the core? Did the core rebel?
Oh God, we need to watch that movie again. That's a classic.
Yeah, I think the core rebelled kind of like Terminator, and they had the new robots try to like kill the humans, I think it was, and then Will Smith tried to like stop that, and then he rised the old bots that were there. They came out and tried to help because they cared for us or cared
because
for the
new bots could run an algorithm that said, okay, humans are just killing themselves.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Be eliminated.
No, they weren't needed to be eliminated. The AI decided that we needed to be controlled. They try to put everyone in iRobot. They try to put everyone in a box. Remember, they were putting people on house arrest. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, house arrest. That's right.
And we weren't letting them go out. They made rules, and then
not living their lives.
Yeah, the robots were becoming overlords. I think
going out drunk on the town, shooting up heroin.
I think that's where you try to teach the AI and tell them that humans are irrational and they are, they don't make sense. So
we like to have fun. We like to party past the midnight.
That's another coexistence thing that would work.
We like to bar hop.
We're the illogical and they're the logical, and then there you go. There's your yin and yang.
We like to pass out in front of Kiwok and throw up.
We like to ding-dong ditch our own house in the middle of the night.
We like to ding-dong ditch our own house in the middle of the night.
Like you.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's go to the What Up World segment, huh? What's going on in the world, Chris? Let's see.
Oh, are we looking?
Oh, yeah, I'm looking here. I got an article here. Let's see. This says, a man who found a bag of cash, right? He then gets a felony charge, and then he pays it back to the town, and the felony charge is dropped.
How much did he get? Well, how much was in the bag?
So let's see. So he's walking by this bank, right? And there's some bag that's dropped outside of a bank.
Yeah,
and it's got the bank's name on the bag.
Oh,
but when he was interviewed, he said, "I just found a bag. I picked it up, and I got in my car, and I went on with my day."
I mean, so if you find $20 on the bottom, or like if you see $20 just flying around in the parking lot, you're gonna pick it up.
So he was charged. He was charged initially, but apparently he paid it back to the town. He gave it back, and the charges were dropped. He was never arrested. It was like $4,000 in there.
Is that considered like a charity donation? Is that why they dropped it? Because that's what people do. They donate to charity so they can lower their taxes or something.
Yeah.
Or to so the IRS can't get their money or some shit.
If we're gonna, give an opinion on this, we have to remember that this is a comedy podcast, so we have to put the ethics aside, right? And we have to go back to the elementary rule when we were kids: finders keepers, losers
potato.
Weepers. It's weepers, Chris. Okay. It rhymes.
Does it? I never heard that saying in my life.
I just, that's just wild. I mean,
wait, hold on. What is it? How's it
if you found a bag of $4,000, what would you do, Chris?
$4,000?
Yeah.
I don't know. What could I get with $4,000? I'd probably buy more stuff for my room here, like my little setup I got here. Maybe little posters or something. Maybe some little decals or something put around here. I know I'd buy different with $4,000. Actually, I'd probably just upgrade. No, there's two options I'd do. Either I'd buy some PC parts to upgrade my PC and work on, and then put more sound padding and other stuff in my room. Or
Option two,
save it until I need it, just in case.
Okay, well, that's
a bore.
Yeah, I would pay some bills.
Mature decision. Yeah, well, yeah, yours is better than mine.
Or I would take you and I to Vegas again and go see that lady that's trying to sell us O2.
Can you go to Vegas with $4,000?
Free air. Yeah, you can go to Vegas with $4,000. Come on.
How much is it for first class? We should go first class in Vegas. That'd be badass.
Oh, first class. That's going to be about $1,000, but that'd be nice. Yeah.
Well, I think all you need is the hotel for a few nights, which is going to be another $1,000 maybe.
Yeah.
And then you have $2,000 left. And then that's for food and everything else, which you probably only use $1,000 of that. And then I don't know. We could probably gamble with $400.
Yeah, most of the money is going towards alcohol. Not much is going towards food. So you factor that in.
Well, I can't have alcohol, so.
Well, that means I'm drinking for both of us.
Yeah, you're drinking for two.
I'm drinking for two. Okay, what else has happened in the world? This other article. Ready for this one, Chris?
Yeah.
All right. So there's a flight,
Wait,
right?
I'm not ready. Okay, I'm ready.
And this flight, it's going. It's a flight
restart.
to Florida.
I'm already lost. What? Restart the story. Restart.
It's an airplane to Florida. We're flying to Florida, right?
Uh-huh.
It has to return to Panama, which is where it took off at, because there is a suspected bomb threat.
Where's Panama?
That's a good question. Panama City. Isn't that in Las Vegas? I think that's in Vegas. Anyways,
Panama?
How many people have to get off?
Is it a Boeing 737?
It's a Boeing. Oh shit! It's a Boeing 737-800 -800.
I was gonna say 900. It's not 900
Okay.
ER. No, it could have. I don't know where it is. So
you know your planes.
Boeing. Well, I worked on Boeing 737.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I worked at the airport for a while.
So it was 144 passengers. They had to get off.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and the head of security, of course, it's a Jose Casadro.
So it is Cuba. Panama's got to be Cuba. You got Jose.
It's got to be Vegas. There's Mexicans in Vegas.
I don't think I've seen any Mexicans there. Well, besides my parents don't count. My parents and my family.
Parents don't count.
My family don't count.
Your family
either.
doesn't count.
Remember my grandma?
That's a whole lot of Mexicans.
That is a lot of Mexicans. There was like 20 people there. You remember my grandma though?
Yes, can't forget her.
She was pissed off because everybody wanted to take pictures, but she just wanted to play the slots.
She wanted to waste her money.
She wanted to waste the birthday money she just got. But anyway, continue.
All right, so Jose, head of airport security, gets everyone off, and he gets a team in there to investigate, right? And this bomb threat is coming from the bathroom.
Oh, is it just someone's shit?
They get in there and they realize that this bomb threat is an adult diaper.
Oh. Is it soiled?
It cleared 144 people out of this plane.
But is it soiled?
You know, what does it say?
Like, was there shit in there? Was it active? Because I'd say that's a bomb. That's a detonated bomb right there.
Special forces examined the object and found it to be an adult diaper, ruling out any risk. It doesn't really go into details.
How dare they?
About that.
That's a cliffhanger, I tell you right there.
Airport, Friday searched airport flight bound for suspected bomb, only to find an adult diaper. Yeah. I mean, that's wild. What are we're canceling flights over human shit?
Well, it's just more like be safe and better than be safe and sorry or whatever the saying is.
So out of that 144, there's one person in there that did this. And do you think they have to answer to this? I mean, did they
cross-examine the diaper to figure out whose it belonged to on the
DNA
flight?
testing? They should pay for every 143 people's flight tickets.
How many did you say? 144 were taken off?
So yeah, it's got to be one person's diaper.
Oh, yeah. I was just trying to do the math in my head because it didn't math for a minute.
Yeah. I mean, that's just wild.
Well, I don't know. I just want to see how they I don't think they can figure out that, right? I mean, it's got to be.
I mean you can test human feces to see who it is.
Yeah, but it never says
that's
that.
DNA.
It's got it could have been just a false alarm diaper, you know? It could have been like, oh, I didn't need it.
It says adult diaper.
Yeah, but it could have been
you're
their
right.
spare.
You're right.
It could have been. It
doesn't say the adult diaper has shit in it. It just says an adult diaper.
It could have been
just some
you
extra
never had a
depends.
spare diaper just fall out your back pocket.
Right. I mean, not me, but I mean, I'm sure it could happen. Yeah.
Well, obviously, it happened there.
I mean, isn't it crazy what makes news headlines these days?
Well, I think anything wild and entertaining is what really gets the views in news.
Oh yeah,
because that's what news is.
They eat that shit up, literally.
Yeah. There was this one news article that I saw that I don't know how legitimate it was, but apparently an 89-year-old was arrested for teaching her cats to steal from her neighbors. She taught her, yeah, I know, she taught 50 cats or something like that to steal from their neighbors. And apparently her statement was, when they captured her, why she did it, she said, well, if you're going to live here, you got to pay the bills. You ain't living here for free. So she
ain't living here for free, bitch.
She made the cats go and fucking steal stuff so they could live there.
That's wild.
I don't know how true the story is. I don't know if it was like a joke article, but I looked it up and I saw something about it, but I don't know the legitimacy of it. I didn't check the source. I didn't source it down.
You didn't source check it like they say in college, APA.
Yeah,
reference.
This was also like 5 years ago, so I don't even remember.
5 years ago, yeah.
Like 2018, 2019.
I was 21, 21st birthday, 5 years ago.
Wow, you're old.
I know, I'm 26, going on 27
in
February. Oh, Chris, you got a birthday coming up. What are we doing?
When is my birthday?
October 27th.
What day is that?
That's let me check my handy dandy calendar. Oh, it's a Friday. Hey.
Friday. Well, I won't be drinking, I can tell you that.
I'll be drinking for 2 Friday.
We didn't do it. Did we do something for your birthday?
Yeah, we did something for my birthday. We went to Wendy's.
Oh, we did. I forgot.
Wendy's house.
I don't know. Yeah. We can figure something out.
Yeah, we'll go to Vegas.
Off podcast. We're not going to Vegas.
No, it's decided we're going to Vegas. So.
We're not.
We are.
That's something you plan ahead. You just don't do on a whim.
You never been to Vegas just drunk? You just decided to buy a ticket and go? Uber there?
No, we planned it a year ahead, remember?
That's for chumps.
Apparently.
All right, so you got any last thoughts, Chris, for this podcast?
No.
This episode. Nuggets of wisdom, Chris. Come on, fill us with some knowledge up here.
If you got 2 spoons on your head, then you probably don't got any soup.
Well, I got a last thought.
I'm glad that just you literally were like, yeah, let's skip from that weird shit. Whatever you said.
Absorb those spoons. I got a last thought. So one of these a couple jobs ago, right? I was working and there was this older guy, right? His name was Larry.
Is this a thought or a story?
Oh, this is just a last piece of thought, just to pardon with the viewers. Okay. But it's a story too. It's a story too. And this guy, he was an older gentleman. I feel like it's negative to say he didn't have it all there, but the elevator didn't go all the way to the
had a
top
few
floor.
Screws loose.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But he was a sweet guy, right? So our job, basically, we were what you would compare to a nighttime security guard, except it was in the daytime. And so it was a construction site. Guard? Right. It was a construction site. And we would just be transporting these people and their materials, from wherever on this construction site. They're building this big building, right? And Larry, he's like the elevator guy. Like he just goes from floor to floor to floor and he just transports people and he doesn't go nowhere else. And every now and then he'll have to be stationed somewhere. And sometimes I guess it's an older thing, right? When you're stationed somewhere, when you're sitting for too long, you don't really feel like going up. So if he had to urinate, he would just he would just piss himself. He would just piss his pants.
Is it his adult diaper that was on that plane?
But see, here's the thing. He would have his snacks and his soda, right? And he would always go, "Oh, I spilled my soda," and then he would piss.
Oh, I thought it would have been funny as fuck if you're just having a normal conversation and he just starts pissing and just doesn't stop or anything, just keeps on talking to you and just keeps just whatever he's saying to you, just keeps talking and just pissing. While doing it.
And he was also very much a ladies' man.
Oh,
it was borderline to where he made all of the younger females kind of feel uncomfortable, but it was that borderline. He would always compliment them.
Out of pocket shit.
Yeah, he would compliment them on their makeup or their breast size or their shoe size. He was full of compliments. And he was also full of cliches,
I thought you were gonna say shit.
He was full of cliches, one day at a time, this too shall pass, an eye for an eye doesn't make the whole world blind. Like he would just tell these cliches to us.
That's not cliches.
Cliches, whatever. He felt like, I guess he just had to pass this on to the younger employees. I don't know. And if you God forbid you were in the elevator with him, right? And the guys that you're transporting with their material, they need to get to where they're going. But Larry, maybe he was just a lonely guy. Instead of he would say, "What floor you need to get to, guy?" They'd be like, I need to get to floor 13, and we're on floor 1. He's like, all right, I got you, guy. And he hit floor 2, he'd hit floor 3, he hit floor 4, he hit every single number just so that he would get people in and he could talk to them.
What the fuck?
It'd take you a whole hour, a whole lunch break just to get up to your job site.
And then your boss be like, why are you late, Larry? Oh, never mind. Don't worry about
Larry.
it.
Larry the man.
Larry the elevator man.
I miss him though. Larry the elevator man. Yeah, that's right.
I'm wondering when he's pissing himself. Does someone clean up the floor? Does he piss in the elevator or how? Like, cause
he pissed on the concrete floor.
The pants can't just absorb that much piss. It's got to be a leak somewhere.
And if he knows he's gonna do this, why wouldn't he just wear Depends?
It's got to be his adult diaper that he lost in the airplane. Maybe that's the problem.
But I read a scientific fact that Coke, not the stuff you snort, but like the stuff you drink.
You can just say Coca-Cola like its name is.
Coke can tear up like cement. So I think that's why he would spill it as he pissed.
No, it can't.
There was no piss stain on the concrete because Coca-Cola actually tears up the color of cement.
Oh, the color of cement.
Google it.
Oh, yeah. No, I thought you said Coke tears up cement, like it just dissolves. It
probably
like
does.
Acid. Maybe like gallons and gallons over time, like water. But
I haven't researched it enough, but it might.
Well, it would make sense. The acidic gets rid of the paint, scrapes it up a little bit. But I don't think like you just spill a bottle of Coke on the floor and then you got a hole in concrete and you're like, ah, shit. Watch where you step. You might trip.
That's true. Yeah. So yeah, that's Larry, man. That's my part in wisdom. What's the lesson we can pull out of that? Don't piss yourself.
Don't leave them on planes.
Don't sexually harass younger females in the industry.
Were they were workers? Well, like
we were all employees.
Okay, so yes. Don't sexually harass employees.
Don't sexually harass.
And always bring life to
where it depends
to the work. Bring enjoyment and laughter to work, even if you are the laughter.
If someone needs to get to a floor, just take them first.
Then
come back for everybody else.
Press every button.
Press every button was a good idea.
Take your time. No one's in a rush. Everyone's getting to the same floor.
We're getting paid by the hour.
Everyone's going to the same floor. If we take 20 minutes or 10 minutes, who cares?
Right.
What's the difference? What's the difference? It's like being in traffic.
I guess so. I guess if you want to put it that way, sure. Yeah, being in traffic. Yeah. But that's it, folks. That's all we got for you for Drinking with Laughter. You got anything else, Chris? You got anything?
No, I was just gonna say thank you to all the viewers that came out and listened and all the support you've been showing.
Yes. Yep. Shout out to all of you guys that are still viewing. That's all we got for you guys. So be safe out there. Be kind to one another. Make sure you go out of your way. Make someone smile, man. Just life's too serious. We got too much negative shit going on in the world. Just make somebody laugh. That's all you got to do.
And remember, everyone, the macaroni crayon doesn't taste like macaroni. Bye.